congratulations. Could you introduce yourself for our viewers?
Yes. So my name is Dagmar Zwebe. I'm from SNV, the Netherlands Development Organization, and I'm in charge of the Renewable Energy Program in Vietnam.
My name is Steven von Eije. I'm working mainly on the domestic biogas program in Vietnam and also a cook stoves program for SNV in Vietnam.
And where did the idea for you guys to get into renewable energy stem from? Was it a certain moment when you're having coffee and you think, oh, this is where we need to go? Or?
No, SNV has been in existence for over 50 years, and our biogas programs and our focus on biogas technology for the poor is actually one of our most successful programs and has been active for about 20 years already now. So clearly we were not at the origin of this idea, but SNV was.
Yeah, and but for you guys personally, how did you get involved in renewable energy?
Yes, for me this was a bit of a morning coffee during university times in the Netherlands, where I was inspired by the opportunity of renewable energy, not only for countries like my own country, like the Netherlands, but clearly also for developing countries. And that's why I decided not only to focus on renewable energy, but to go into renewable energy and developing countries.
Yeah, actually I made quite a switch. My background is international business and management. We were discussing earlier during this conference, about 10 years ago, Masdar was introduced to us during a conference. I found it very inspiring. It's not the only reason I went into renewable energy, but yeah, it's...
This conference or a different one?
No, it's a different conference back home, but no, I found the concept very inspiring, and even though I didn't have a very technical background, it was interesting to make the switch and yeah, have also a developmental impact.
Yeah, I view Masdar as trying to create the Silicon Valley of clean tech, because it's got the city, the place, the institute for research, the clean energy development arm, and the investment arm. So they're trying to create like the whole ecosystem, which is really inspiring.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think there was an interesting stat of how much biogas projects you have installed around the world, which is really stunning.
Yeah, it actually all started with our program in Nepal in the 90s, and the program in Nepal was so successful, especially the impact numbers were rising so quickly, that we started to expand, and currently we're active with our domestic biogas programs in 20 countries worldwide, in Latin America, Africa and Asia.
And what are the challenges when you're going into markets like Vietnam, for example, since you know the most about that? What are the big challenges to just getting into the market and then also to scaling up?
It started in Vietnam already 12 years ago, and there was already a little bit of biogas development, but it was very small and fragmented. Colleagues from SNV went to the Vietnamese government and tried to convince them of the benefits of having a large-scale biogas program. So first, the infrastructure needed wasn't there. So people in general didn't know how to build a biogas digester. So people had to be trained to build that specific structure. The government officials weren't able to provide extension services yet. So we've trained over 1,000 government officials to teach about biogas, about the maintenance, about using the organic fertilizer. So it really took a long time to develop this sector. We incentivized farmers to invest in the products. We're now at the final phase of the project for Vietnam. So we try to give the enterprises the final push to really develop. So we are starting to incentivize more the enterprises for building a high quality product, providing end user training, and to really enable them to make the last step to become viable, sustainable enterprise. And at that point, SNV aims to leave the country, at least for biogas, and then hopefully we will have left a sustainable biogas sector behind. And that's also the model that we apply in all the countries. So it's a long timeline. You need to build up the whole infrastructure.
Maybe I can also add something to that. In our 20 countries worldwide, we definitely see a few common challenges. We try to localize our approach, but the common challenges we see are, of course, around affordability and awareness. People are not aware that there are solutions for their waste problem, so we create demand. The other challenge we definitely see is quality. The quality of the digesters needs to be high. It's a high investment. if people make the investment, it needs to last. So SNV has a very strong focus on quality management and certifications in the countries. And then there's the supply side. There's a lack of companies able to supply the biogas digesters. And what SNV does and how we differentiate ourselves from others is that we don't build any digesters ourselves in the field. We fully focus on market development, creation of supply, the creation of demand, and the creation of quality control mechanisms in country.
That's great. And what are your expectations for the growth of this market in the coming years? Biogas in general, globally, and also maybe particular countries like Vietnam.
You want me to take it to her?
I can say something. I think there's still a very large untapped potential in Vietnam. According to government statistics, about 500,000 households have already invested in a domestic biogas digester. About 150 through our program, and many others through outside of the sector. So the enterprises we developed are also constructing by themselves. We believe the total potential for Vietnam to be around 2 million households for a domestic biogas digester. In other countries, we're also active in Africa. We're really just setting up the programs. So there it's really still in the early stages, and there's still enormous potential for the development.
Yeah, we also see a slight shift from not only focusing on domestic biogas for household level, but also going into the medium scale biogas, and to work with small enterprises who have waste products, and to work with larger scale farms that have difficulties in accessing microfinance or finance in general, and have other technological and service challenges. So SNV is also, besides the domestic biogas programs, moving into larger medium scale biogas.
Thank you very much for your time, and congratulations again.
Yes.